Have you ever wondered what the destruction, the hunt, or nihility really mean for your team in Honkai Star Rail? Confused about which path is best for your favorite character? By the end of this video, you'll be a path master and trailblazing through any challenges that come your way in the game. Greetings, sis of the internet! My name is C+Hero, the hero VTuber in the making, and today we are deep diving into the very fabric of the Honkai Star Rail universe, the cosmic forces that shape our characters and dictate our strategies, the paths. Let's go over the fundamental first. What is the path exactly? Well, think of it as a cosmic philosophy or way of thinking that an Eon embody. Eon are basically the gods of the Honkai Star Rail universe. For us the players, aka Trailblazer, they define a character's core combat role, the stat focus, and how they contribute to your teams. Understanding the path is the key to building strong, balanced, and unstoppable teams. If you believe offense is the best defense, then this is the Destruction Path. The Destruction Path has the role of DPS, so basically their main job is to just kick ass your enemies. These characters are all about brute force, excelling at dealing heavy damage to single targets and adjacent enemy. They often have high attack stat and abilities that punish multiple foes, but might sacrifice for some survivability. Some examples of destruction characters are Jigglypuff, Dunhung Ayao or Dill for short, Firefly, and Blade. The Eon of Destruction is Nanook, who sees creation of the universe is a mistake and just wants to destroy everything. What an edgy god. When there's one target that you absolutely need to take down, you call the Hunt. The Hunt characters are your sharpshooter. They are a master of single target damage. Like the Destruction Path, the Hunt Path role is also a DPS, but they only focus on single targets. If there's one enemy that you must defeat and ignore everything else, then the Hunt character is your go-to DPS. Examples of Hunt characters are Dunhung, the normal form, Fei Xiao, Mose, and Boot Hill. The Eon of Hunt is Lan, also known as the Rainbow Arbiter, who looks like a centaur. Unlike the other Eons, Lan pays closer attention to mortals. Sounds kinda creepy, but moving on. If you find yourself swarmed by enemies, the Erudition is your answer. These characters specialize in attacking multiple enemies at the same time with area effect attack. They are not good with single target, but they do much better against hordes of enemy. Like the Destruction and the Hunt paths, their role is also a DPS, but an AoE DPS. Examples of Erudition characters are Jade, Himeko, Herta, Madame Herta, and this guy. Their Eon is Noose, who is a literal giant computer shaped like a head, or I like what Madame Herta calls it,
Droid head?
Want to turn your DPS into an overpowered superhero like Superman or All Might? Well, embrace the Harmony. These characters are your support unit. If Destruction is the bread, then Harmony is your butter. Their job is buffing their allies' damage, speed, energy, and much more. Some Harmony characters are Asta, Ruan-Mei, and Robin. The Eon of Harmony is Jipe, who focuses on unity between all living things and discard differences, fusing into one singular melody. For those who prefer to destroy your enemies slowly and painfully, we have the Nihility. These characters are masters of debuffs. They help to weaken your foes with damage over time, or dots for short, reducing their defense or controlling their actions. When playing a Nihility character, your focus is to set up your team for massive damage in consecutive turns. The popular Nihility characters are Kafka, Black Swan, High Sea Lens, and Silverwolf. The Eon of Nihility is 9. Yes, you heard me, 9. Its name is a literal Roman numeral. But this Eon thinks the creation of the universe has no meaning and no purpose whatsoever. He's basically a freaking black hole, or I like to call it Doom.
Doom? 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 What in the world is Doom? Did she say Doom? Doom? Doom?
When going gets tough, the Preservation Hero stands strong. These characters are your shielder, the defensive backbone of your team. Their job is to provide shields, taunt enemies, and reduce damage to keep your team safe and sound. When it comes to attacking, they're not the best when it comes to this, with few exceptions. If you know you're facing a very tough enemy that can drag the battle long, then having at least one preservation unit will help you with the survivability of your team. Example of preservation characters are Venturi, March 7th, and Japad. The Eon for this path is Kapok, this giant gemstone god thing, and the people who follow the preservation loves to make money, such as the IPC, which will meet them a lot of time throughout your main story in the game. When your team needs a heroic save, we turn to the Abundance. These healers are pretty much essential for keeping your party alive through sustained battles. Some healers provide direct heals, heal over time, and cleanse debuffs on your allies. The Abundance characters you can get are Bailu, Ho-Ho, and Gallagher. The Eon is Yaoshi, who ensure the existence of life and answer all prayers and cannot bear to see death and the pains of illness. And a little bit of fun fact, Lan, the Eon of Hunt, hates Yaoshi, and they are always at odds. They always seems to always fight. I have no idea why, but they pretty much don't really like each other, like cat and dogs. Did you know you can summon Pokemon in Star Rail? Well, the Remembrance can. Well, they're not technically a Pokemon, but they are called Memo Sprites. The Remembrance characters summon these Memo Sprites to aid its master and allies in battles. The Memo Sprite also has its own traits like the character, so you have not just level up the Remembrance character, but the Memo Sprites as well. The roles are mixed bags. Some Remembrance characters are exclusively DPS, while others are sustained healers or stat boosters. These characters can be put in any team, but depending on certain Remembrance characters you have, like Cyrene for example, then a more centric Remembrance team is a better option for you. The example of Remembrance characters are Cyrene, Castoris, and Hyacinth. The Eon of Remembrance is Fuli, who helps to preserve the memories of existence and records all that has been forgotten, so if the universe ever gets destroyed whatever, it has the backup fire for it. And finally, we have the Elation. This path is the newest playable path introduced in Honkai Star Rail. This path is a little bit complicated, but the main gimmick is to build a prank that lets your Elation character use their special Elation skills. When you put an Elation character in your team, the Eon of Elation itself, Aha, joins the turn order list. The Elation characters in your team help Aha to set up the prank by collecting punchlines. Once Aha's turn comes up, it activates Aha Instant, where they hopefully tell a funny joke or successful prank by using up all of the punchlines and activating your Elation character's special Elation skill. Each Elation character has a unique Elation skill. There are only 4 Elation characters that exist in the game as I'm recording this video, but we will likely see more Elation characters in the near future. As of now, here are the Elation characters available in the game. When it comes to their role, the best way I can explain is they are a troll. Basically chaos incarnate. They just want to cause chaos, that's all. So now that you know what each path's power, let's talk about how they unite. A true hero knows teamwork make the dream walk. So how do you combine a Nihility debuffer with a Destruction DPS? Or ensure your Hunt character gets enough buffs with Harmony characters? The most traditional and common way to build a team is to have 1 DPS, 2 support, and 1 sustain characters. The most common team composition, which I recommend for a beginner player, is a Hyper Carry team. This team comp focuses on 1 strong main DPS as your attacker, and 3 units who support that DPS to make sure they get the right buff and keep it alive. Let's take Jingli Yu for example, and I'm only picking Jingli Yu because it's not anything like a bias or anything, like, you know, she is voiced by my one and only or my Oshi, Amelie, or anything like that. But anyway, Jingli Yu is an Ice Destruction unit. Her gimmick is to enter her Super Saiyan mode or Spectral Transmigration state, so she could do the highest damage she can if she stays in this state as long as she can. To enter this state, she needs to have 2 stacks of Synergy. She can gain 1 stack from using her skill, activating her technique right before you enter the battle, or using her ultimate. She is an HP scaling DPS, meaning she absorbs a bit of your allies' HP in a team to do damage to your enemies. So you want someone who can keep her and the entire team alive, or else your entire team's HP will drain fast. So add a healer like Hyacinth or Ho-Ho. For your second support character, you can add either Sunday or Bronya to give an action forward for Jingliu, so she can generate more energy and potentially activate her ultimate more often. You can also add Silverwolf, a Nihility unit, and use her skill to implement Ice weakness on your enemy, while also reducing the enemy's defense. This is just an example of a hyper carry team, and I would say it is the easiest team composition to build for beginner and even advanced players. So how do you apply this newfound wisdom? Well, when you're pulling for the new character, or even just building your current roster, keep that path in mind. It guides your light cones, relic choices, and ultimately your team synergy. If you're a new player, try out every path if you can, and find which playstyle you like the most. Once you decide on your favorite path or your favorite character, build a team around it. If you're an advanced player, try out a path that you haven't done before. It is fun and cool to try out new things occasionally, if you think the team you've been playing is a bit still. Now, I want to make a few special mentions, so here are the nuances about path, their role, and team synergy. Remember I said Nihility is a debuffer? However, there is one Nihility character that's unique, and her name is Akarat. Even though she's a Nihility unit, her role is a DPS, like a destruction unit. She is kind of like a destruction character, but her kit and attacks revolve around when your allies applies a debuff. Another nuance is Ho-Ho, an abundance character. Even though her main role is a healer, her healing ability can also give attack buff to your allies, something a Harmony character will do. So just check your character's detail other than their designated path. Each character, even with path, is unique. Due to the additional path of Remembrance and Elation as playable paths, the role of new character may arguably become more mixed, but I believe the path is still determining the core role that's only unique to those characters designated on that path. And now you know all the things you need to know about the 9 paths in Honkai Star Rail and the wisdom of team building. No more guesswork, no more suboptimal team, just a pure, unadulterated path mastery. So what did you learn from this guide? Which path do you think is most underrated? And what other Honkai Star Rail deep dive or guide do you want to see me do next? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And if this guide helps you, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. Until then, C+Hero signing out.